Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel called Living in Hayward, Wisconsin, where we talk about all things real estate related and also just about living in Hayward. I'm Audrey Miller. I'm the broker owner of Northwest Wisconsin Realty Team, and thank you so much for joining me today. I always love to hear feedback from my YouTube watchers and listeners, comments, experiences you've had in the Hayward area. If you need any help with buying or selling, feel free to reach out to me directly. My contact information will be shown on the screen here. You can text, call, or email me, and I'll be happy to help. And check out my other videos. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, all of those things. So happy to have you with me today. So today we're going to talk a little bit about something that I thought might be helpful for people who are either especially visiting the area or have a second home here and maybe aren't full-time residents, so they don't know as much about this subject. It's about picnic areas and parks in the area. Some of these involve beaches with swimming. All of them are places that you can go and hang out for hours or for the day. They're all kid-friendly, and they are all in and around the Hayward and Stone Lake areas. And I'll be curious to know how many people already knew about all of these or not. But feel free to go through and check them out and see what might appeal to you. If you have a day that you want to do something other than being on the lake or being on Main Street or that kind of thing, these park and picnic areas are really nice to know about. This is not a comprehensive list. I know I have missed a few. For example, there is a beach that is public on Round Lake. I did not go and visit that one. Didn't think about it when I was compiling my list. Almost any public boat landing on any of the lakes, you could go there and swim, somewhere off the shore. There is a little beach by the boat landing on Durfee Lake, which is kind of over by 𝐸𝐶𝑆. So there's actually quite a few others. And then if you get out a little further from the area that I covered, like into the 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐞𝐿 area or up into the Cable area, there's even more, some by the river, some on within the ski and biking trail systems. So there are tons of cool picnic and park areas to explore, but this at least gives you a taste. I think I had 10 or 12 on here for you to look at and enjoy. Maybe some of them you knew about, some of them you didn't. And I love that our community has really focused on adding some of these parks and picnic areas. As time has gone on, a lot of these, you'll notice, have just come up in probably the last 5 years or maybe a little bit more that they've actually been developed and set up. So I love this focus within our community on getting more of these areas for folks and their families to go and enjoy. So I hope you get something helpful out of this. Maybe send this to a friend or family member who's coming to visit or who maybe doesn't know the area quite as well. As always, I'm happy to be a resource and help in whatever way I can. So thank you very much for watching. So right here, kind of in the middle of Hayward, just a block off of Main Street, is Shoes Pond. And this is a great place to go and have a picnic, hang out by the water. You can fish. Sometimes there's geese here and you can watch them. There is a playground for the kids. Just kind of a cool little spot right in the midst of Hayward. And it seems like a lot of people don't know about it or take advantage of it. So wanted to show you that. So if you keep driving past the Big Fish, as we call it here in Hayward, the Big Muskie and the Fishing Hall of Fame, you drive past there, then you'll get to the Hayward Beach, and there's a park there as well. So if you're looking to picnic, this is a great spot. But look at this fish. Isn't that insane? Not only can you picnic here with a great view of Lake Hayward, there's also a swimming beach here. And you're just like 3 minutes from downtown Hayward when you're at this park. So there's a swimming beach, picnic tables. There's a big playground for the kids. There's bathrooms. But then there's also this area here that is just a beautiful mowed area with different little spots where you can grill or sit at a picnic table, little walking path. And this is all surrounded by water, the waters of Lake Hayward on every side. Very calm, peaceful place. And honestly, every time I've been here over the years, there is usually not that many people using it. Then we have the Hatchery Creek Park, just east of Hayward. There is a pavilion here. You can fish, you can hike, you can do skiing and biking from here. And they also have this beautiful area. There's picnic tables here. And this is just east on 77, a few miles from Hayward. And it is called the Hatchery Creek Park. You've got lots of picnic tables inside the pavilion there also. So this park is on Smith Lake. So we are just about 5 minutes from Hayward. It's an easy drive from Hayward. You take Highway 77 west past the hospital, and then you turn north on T. And this is just a little park, a little beach swimming area. They've got some bathrooms here and grills, picnic tables, a dock. You can put your boat in right there into the lake. And Smith Lake is a few hundred acres. It's a nice little lake near the Nelson Lake area. So yeah, good place to have a birthday party or a picnic or bring your kids to swim. And it's very conveniently located close to Hayward. So this is a very peaceful, quiet, kind of little known spot. It is right across from the Lenrut Town Hall, in on a side road there. There's a canoe landing. I'll show you that in a little bit. So this is off of 63 North. So it's like 6-8 minutes north of Hayward on your way to Lake Sealy. So they've got a couple of picnic tables, a fire pit, restrooms. And this is on the 𝐬𝐫𝐽𝐬 River, but it's very quiet and peaceful here. And you can camp here. You can come here during the day and kind of day camp, or you could spend the night here in a tent. All of that is allowed. So this is called Phipps Landing. So you can also put your kayak or canoe in here, whether you're choosing to camp or not. You can get out here when you're on the 𝐬𝐫𝐽𝐬 River, canoeing or kayaking or tubing. So now we are at Silverthorne Park, and this is north of Hayward, probably about 12 minutes. Just past Sealy on 63 North. This is quite a nice park, probably one of the nicer ones in the area. First of all, there's a big kids play area. There is a really nice pavilion. Sometimes people have like grad parties, family reunions here. Anything where you're trying to get together a group of people and have a place for the kids to play, and lots of things for everyone to do. And then we're still at Silverthorne Park, so there's a big ball field here. You got the Sealy Loggers were the state champs in 1997. That's an adult men's league. And by the way, all of these parks and picnic areas that I'm showing you today are free. So none of these have an admission fee or anything that you have to pay to use them, which I think is pretty awesome. There are pickleball courts, and there's also restrooms here, kind of outhouse restrooms for everybody to use who's here enjoying the park. So this is Silverthorne Park by Sealy. So we are here at Harvey Park Rustic Trail, and this is a park that I don't think a whole lot of people know about. So we're going to walk down in here. This is fairly new, probably in the last 3 or 4 years. And this park is on Lake 𝐿𝐿𝐴, so it's a public access to 𝐿𝐿𝐴. Trail's a little muddy today, but we did get heavy rain in the last 2 days. So it's probably better other times when it hasn't just rained. A little bench to sit on partway in here. So this is located off of Circle Road, which is near Durfee Lake, close to Anglers Haven, off of Double K. So from Hayward, you're probably about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll just walk with you the whole way down here. And there is public lake walking access, but it's a beautiful little wooded area here. Really pretty. A little sitting spot. See, I learned about this from one of my clients. I did not even know this was here till, I don't know, a year or two ago. Seeing a little bridge, and we're going to come right out to 𝐸𝐶𝐸. So if you're looking for maybe somewhere to come and bring your kids to swim, or just to take a little hike or sit by the water, a little bench there. Beautiful, beautiful sandy frontage here. Check this out. This is how clear 𝐸𝐶𝐸 is everywhere. Look at this beautiful swimming spot. So yeah, this is someone else's dock there, but beautiful Harvey Park on Lake 𝐸𝐶𝐸. And you'll maybe very likely have it all to yourself when you come here. All right, and here we are today at the Hanks Park in the town of Bass Lake. So this is off of Hanks Road. Fun fact, I actually used to live down at the end of this road, and the park was never here back then. So this is a relatively new park, but there's a little pond down here. And a few years ago, they turned this into a little nature park with a bunch of hiking trails, which I think is pretty cool. I love when there's little places like this for people to come and explore the area and the community. So you can see down here, there is a little grill and picnic area, access down to the water. You could probably take a kayak or a canoe out there. Beautiful wildflowers. There is a gazebo. It's very quiet and peaceful here. This is actually the snowmobile trail during the wintertime. And then some bathroom facilities, which is always good. And then there's numerous hikes. If you saw on the original photo I showed of the maps of the park. So you can hike back in through here, but then they've got trails going down to the water. You can walk along the water and just kind of anywhere back in this area. There's nice little paths. As always, respect nature, respect the parks. Leave things as you found them. But yeah, you can see views of the little pond out through here. And this is located on 27 south of Hayward, about 10 minutes, and then you'll see Hanks Road, and there's actually a sign out at the end of the road also that says Hanks Park or Hanks Road Park. And you just come back in here and explore the different trails. You could probably spend a few hours at this park if you wanted to and had the time. So again, beautiful forests to enjoy what we have to offer here in the Northwoods. There's one of the hiking paths heading back in, but there's quite a few different little loops that you can do. They're not super long hikes, but very pretty here. So yes, Hanks Road Park. I'll leave you with a little, some sort of wildflower here. I love wildflowers. All right, so today I am showing you, I guess I shouldn't say today, this is all going to be in one video in the end, but this is the Beaver Lake Park. So Beaver Lake is off of Rainbow Road and then off of Beaver Lake Road. So from Hayward, 15 to 20 minutes. There's a great picnic area here, big sand beach area. There's a pavilion if you wanted to have a gathering spot there, nice amount of parking. And then there's some fishing docks and the beautiful Beaver Lake. Beaver Lake is only about an 89-acre lake, but there's great sandy bottom frontage here, great swimming, so it's perfect if you've got little kids and you want to just come and watch them splash in the water and they can use the playground at the same time. This one's kind of a gem of a little park here. This opened up it's probably been 8 or 10, probably 10 years ago, if I think about it. I used to come here with my kids when they were younger. And first, nobody really knew about it, but now it's gotten a little bit busier over time. But yeah, so check out the Beaver Lake Park. Like I said, Highway 27 South to Rainbow Road, a right on Rainbow, probably about 2 miles, and then a right on Beaver Lake Road. And then you'll see the park and the beach and the lake and everything on your left-hand side. No dogs on the beach area, but otherwise come and enjoy. Okay, so this one probably a lot of people know about. This is the Stone Lake Lions Park. We start with the pickleball courts right there, which are very highly used these days. There is a ball field. I have many good memories of playing ball here. I grew up around Stone Lake. And then we've got a very nice big pavilion that's covered. So for events that you have a group or something and want to gather there, porta potty there for bathroom needs. And then there's a sand volleyball court, some picnic tables here. You can see Highway 70 there. So this is just at the intersection of Highway 70 and Highway A by Stone Lake. So this one a lot of people drive by. And then there's a very nice playground area, swings, all of that, place for kids to run and play. So many times you'll see young moms gathering there with their children. You see typically older people, retired people playing pickleball or people having fun with a game of softball. So that's a great park down by Stone Lake. And here's another one for you. It's the Stone Lake Community Wetland Park. You can see downtown Stone Lake right there, the Stone Lake Pub. laundromat, whistle punk, and all of that. And this is just up the road from there. So right along Highway 70 down by Stone Lake. You drive back in here just a bit to the wetland park. And this has got lots of trails, and we'll take you to explore a few of them. So here's a map of some of the trails in the wetland park. You can see, obviously, we're here in the parking area. There's a picnic area, a couple of them. I think there's a gazebo back there from what I remember. And lots of trails going throughout here. This one is called Memory Walk. And it starts out as a brick path, but it's just going to turn into a grassy path. Very peaceful and beautiful here. And I just love that our communities have been doing more and more of these little parks. Like a lot of these have been developed. People, I'm sure, donated funds, and they've been developed probably in the last 5 to 10 years. I grew up around this area, as you probably know. So a lot of these were not here when I was growing up. And I love that they've added this for families and people in the community to take advantage of. This is pretty cool. One of these little free libraries are here along this trail. Obviously, some volunteers or someone, whoever it is, thank you, keeps these trails nicely mowed. They're pretty wide, so you can walk in here without worrying about getting too many ticks or bugs on you. It's very beautiful and peaceful back here. Today, there's some kids and a family back here. I can hear the kids laughing and playing and talking. They've got maps every little bit when you get to like another spot in the trail. You saw probably on the sign, it's a 6-acre park, so they've got these maps everywhere so you don't get lost back in here. It's right up against the railroad tracks. Here's a beautiful gazebo. You can sit and have a picnic there, listen to the sounds of nature, and you actually have a pretty good view of Stone Lake out through here. So this is a good spot for this gazebo. I don't think the train goes by too often, but anyway, so I'm going to sit here and read for a little bit, but this is another great park and picnic area right by Stone Lake. So if maybe you've got a cabin on 𝐶𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐸 or Stone or Sand Lake or Whitefish, this would be a great spot to come for an afternoon when you're not out on the lake.